The O. Henry Playhouse presents Sam Plunkett's Promise. O. Henry in his travels met many people. Some he chose to forget, others he told the world about. One such man has withstood the corrosion of time and today is accepted as one of O. Henry's most colorful and unforgettable characters. A tall, dedicated man named Sam Plunkett.
Sam Plunkett. What brings you back to Chatham County, Sam?
Never thought you'd ask that. Thought you'd know the minute you saw me.
That was a long time ago, Sam.
So I understand. But I just heard about it 3 weeks ago.
Yes, but...
Well, Judge, you and I have known each other for a long time. So I stopped in here first. I want to find out if you want it done on the side of the law or the other way. Makes no difference to me how it's done, as long as it gets done.
Good luck, Sam.
Thank you, Judge. I thought you'd want it done on the side of the law. I'm back, and I'll make this promise on your grave. I'll find him. I gotta search the whole world over. I'll find the man that killed you, and I'll kill him. That's a promise.
Quite a provocative beginning, O. Henry. I think it has much merit.
Oh, you're very kind, Colonel. Do you suppose it merits, should we say, an advance of $200?
Far be it from me to pry, but I can't for the life of me understand what you do with money. Why, less than a week ago, my accountant sent you a check for $500. Have you spent it already?
Are you sure that was only a week ago? Well, writing material is up slightly, and you know we're in the throes of an economic inflation. The dollar will stretch only so far these days. Even my friends who used to borrow $5 now need twice, 3 times that amount. I tell you, inflation's a bad thing. Its effects can prove very discouraging indeed.
Inflation. Well, Henry, you know as well as I, your trouble is you have absolutely no respect for a dollar. If I give you an advance, in 3 days, you'll be back in my office requesting another one.
Very likely, but then I'd have another story for you to buy.
All right. Do you mind telling me the rest of this story? Plunkett sounds like quite a man.
Huh. That he was, and much more.
Was he related to Mildred Williams?
No, Colonel. Sam and Millie lived in Chatham County nearly all their lives. Townspeople loved them. Well, it was taken for granted, like Sunday being church day, that one day they'd be man and wife. I remember vividly the day Millie and Sam made up their decision.
So, Judge Carter was saying that in no time at all, there might be as many as 1,000 people.
Sam Plunkett, you've been sitting on that porch going on 20 minutes. You've talked about the weather, the new fawn-colored mare you bought, and how our town is growing up. Now, suppose you tell me the real reason you've come calling on me in the middle of the day.
I should have known you'd see right through me.
It's easy for any woman to see through the man she loves.
I love you too, Millie. That's why I've been doing a lot of thinking about us.
Are you proposing, Sam?
Don't rush things. Quit taking the bit so fast.
And don't talk to me like I was a horse.
Remember that 1,000 acres I was telling you about up in Abilene?
Uh-huh.
I bought them, Millie. I bought them for us.
Then you are proposing, Sam. Honest, I just thought you'd never get around to asking.
Well, I'm proposing all right. But I gotta ask you to wait, Millie.
Why, Sam?
There isn't even a shack on that place up there. I was thinking that if you was to give me a year, I could get up there and build us a house where we could be happy and raise a family.
Is that the way you want it, Sam?
You know it ain't, Millie. When I think about being away from you for a whole year, I just get sick plumb through.
You know, Mr. Plunkett, I'd be willing to wager if you half tried, you could talk real romantic.
Then you'll do it, Millie? I can have the year?
It's all right, Sam. Because once I get you in front of a preacher and you say I do, I'll have you for the rest of my life, and that adds up to a lot of years. When do you plan on leaving for Abilene?
Tonight. Might as well get started on the year. There's one more thing. I was wondering if... Well,
If what?
I was wondering if it'd be all right if I kissed you goodbye.
If you hadn't have asked me, I would have asked you.
From the way you tell it, they appear made for each other. How was Millie murdered?
A lot of things happened after Sam left for Abilene.
What do you mean?
Well, he'd been gone about 2 months. When one day, a man named Wade Williams rode into Chatham County. I never met him, but I was told he was a quiet, smiling, soft-talking, attractive young fella. He was supposed to be passing through. Guess the whole town wishes he had.
Oh, no. Don't tell me she married him.
That's exactly what happened. Wade took one look at Millie and settled down to serious courting. At first, Millie paid him no heed, but she was a young girl and a lonesome one. I guess she spent so much time with Wade that it became a habit. So one day he proposed, and that was that.
How did Sam take it?
Like any man would about the girl he loved. Never told how he felt, just felt glad she was happy.
Did he return for their wedding?
No. Millie wrote to him, told him what happened, asked him to forgive her and try to forget.
Did they remain in Chatham County?
Yes, and day by day, the town hated Williams more and more.
Why?
Well, he'd been married about 3 months, and he began to look for greener grasses. Spent most of his time hunting, drinking, gambling. Oh, he ran Millie a dog's life. Once or twice, she showed the marks of his anger on her face. Then, Colonel, one day, the neighbors suddenly realized they hadn't seen Millie in 3 or 4 days. Thought she was sick, went around to her home. They found her at the bottom of her steps, dead. She'd been murdered by her husband. Of course, the town organized a posse, but with the lead Williams had, they didn't even pick a trail.
Is that what brought Sam back?
No, actually, Sam rode back to town about 2 years after Millie died.
Why didn't he return sooner?
But he didn't know what happened. If it hadn't been for a cowhand on Sam's ranch, he never would have known.
You mean he was starting a search for a man who had a 2 years head start?
Exactly. He talked to a lot of people and got a perfect description of Williams. And a couple of days later, he rode out of town with nothing but Williams' description and a promise he'd made on Millie's grave. Sam didn't know where to start, so he just kept moving. He traveled north, south, east, and west. He questioned many people and always received the same answer. No one had ever heard of Wade Williams. Then one day, his efforts and questions began to promise a dividend. He was told to go to a small Texas border town and to see a woman named Carrie Stevens.
Ask if you knew him.
Yeah, I know him. He's lower than a skunk. Oh, the description fits him perfect. Quick smiling, Talks good and a ladies' man. Only when I knew him, he called himself William Wade.
Do you know where I can find him?
About a year ago, we got married. A couple of months later, after I'd spent my money, I got up one morning and I found him gone. Just plain vanished. I always figured Jed Rogers knew where he went. They were thicker than thieves.
This, Jed Rogers still around?
Yeah, he lives in a hotel up the street. He's tricky and fast with a gun, and he won't like answering questions from a stranger.
Thanks. I'll remember that.
What do you want?
I thought we might talk a bit.
Well, I'm particular about the kind of people I talk to.
So am I. But you interest me.
Ow! You know, if I had a gun, you'd be dead.
I guess you might say this is my
Lucky day.
I'm looking for a man named Wade Williams. Or William Wade.
I never heard of him.
You're lying.
Look, if I get that gun belt wrapped around my waist, you're gonna die.
Don't try my patience. I've come a long ways to find Williams, and you're gonna tell me where he is.
Oh, yeah? Look, I never knew him so well. All I know is he married some dame that works in a dance hall, and one night he packed and left town.
Keep talking. It might improve your memory.
Look, mister. I've said all I'm gonna say. Now quit climbing up my back.
You finished?
You heard me.
We'll see. Buckle on your belt.
Well, if I do, you'll die.
So might you. Buckle it on. Oh! All right, Rogers. Pick it up. We'll do it once more, and this time, I'll put a hole right between your eyes. Pick it up.
My hand's on fire.
It won't hurt long. You gonna pick it up, or should
No.
I hand it to you?
No. No. All right. All right. Why should I die for him? You want him that bad? Go and get him. When he left here, he said he was bound for some island called Raytona.
Figured if you kept talking, your memory would improve.
Where is Raytona, Henry?
Oh, it's a small island off the coast of Argentina.
That meant quite a trip. Did Sam go there?
That he did. He headed for New Orleans, bought some clothes, and then boarded a boat bound for the island. You know, I've often thought if Sam hadn't found a boat going to Raytona, he'd have started swimming. The trip by boat was slow, but finally the island of Raytona was sighted. Sam went ashore, headed directly for J.B. Bridger, the American consul, who resided on the island.
American in big hurry, Mr. Bridger. No one to wait until announced.
I'm sorry to come busting in on you like this, Mr. Bridger, but I'm kind of anxious to get on with my business. The name's Plunkett. I'm a sheriff from Chatham, Kentucky.
You can leave us, Juan. You did say Kentucky, didn't you, Mr. Plunkett?
Yes, sir.
Please sit down. Make yourself comfortable.
It's too hot to sit down.
It isn't the heat as much as it is the humidity. But at least the nights are cool enough for sleeping. You said you were here on business, Sheriff. Is that correct?
I came down here to take back an American.
Strange that I didn't receive official notification of your arrival.
Here's my identification. And as far as notification, I don't see how that could happen because I'm the only one who knew I was coming down here.
But you said you were here to take back a man. Do you have the proper extradition papers?
Well, I don't think I'll be needing them, but in case I do, how long would it take?
Well, maybe we'd better start from the beginning. What is the name of the man you want?
Williams. Wade Williams, or he might be calling himself William Wade.
But there's nobody on this island by that name.
Maybe he's changed it.
I'm sorry, Sheriff, but besides myself, there are only 3 other Americans on the island. What made you think he was here?
A friend of his up in Texas told me he was here. I know he's telling me the truth.
How do you know, Sheriff?
Because when a man thinks he's going to die if he doesn't tell the truth, he doesn't take time to make up a lie.
What crime did this Wade Williams commit?
The biggest. He killed his wife.
I wish there was some way I could help you find him, but I know he isn't on this island.
Maybe you're right. I wonder if I could ask you to do me a favor.
Why, certainly. What is it?
A man like this Williams might have friends that would hide him. Would you let everybody on the island know why I'm here and what I intend to do?
What's the least I can do for you? I don't think it'll have any result, but I'll see to it that your reason for being here is made known to all.
Thank you. I'd better get back to the hotel.
And don't hesitate to let me know if there's anything else you'd like me to do.
I gotta talk to him.
Well, Sheriff, what happened?
Guess you might say 2 things happened. Forgot to duck, and I forgot to keep looking over my shoulder.
Have a drink. It'll make you feel better.
No, thanks. I'm not a drinking man. Well, one good thing to come out of all this is now I know I'm certain.
I don't follow you.
Well, when you told all the people what I was doing on this island, I knew that Wade Williams would have to make his play. Well, he made it. But he didn't play for keeps. That's where he made his mistake.
But you're wrong, Sheriff. I haven't told anyone why you were on the island.
Not a soul? You didn't tell anyone?
Since you were here the other day, I haven't left the house. Were you robbed? And that explains it. One of the natives probably followed you and waited for the opportunity to steal your money.
I hate to admit it. I guess you're right.
Well, help Mr. Plunkett to the guest room. See that he's made comfortable.
No, that's all right. I'll get back to the hotel.
Nonsense. You're in no condition to go anywhere.
You better come with me, senor.
Thank you. Good morning, Warren.
You sleep a long time, senor. How do you feel?
Oh, a little stiff, but I guess I'll live. Feel kind of like I've been stomped on by a bronc. I'd sure like to find a fellow who jumped me. One, did they ever pay the natives off here in dollars?
Never. No native gets dollars. Only Argentine pesos. Dollars carried only by Americans.
In other words, if a native had a dollar, he couldn't get rid of it, right?
That's right, senor. Law says native can carry only pesos.
Well, that kind of simplifies things. Makes the field shorter. All I have to do is call on the 3 Americans here and find out which one of them jumped me.
More than 3 Americans here, sir.
Mr. Bridget said there are only 3 beside himself.
Maybe you don't understand him. There is Senor Brandt, the plantation owner. There is Senor Barso, the barber. There is Senor Krill, an engineer. There is Senor Bridger and a young American, I don't know his name, who works on the island, on the north end of the island. And then counting you, that makes 6 Americanos, ¿verdad?
Verdad. Now, here's what you do. Get the rest of my clothes as quick as you can and get them right back here. Oh, and one. What's the shortest way to get over to that plantation across the island?
Just follow the road in front of this house.
You had me fooled, Mr. Bridget. I thought you were really on my side.
I don't know what you're talking about, Sheriff.
Yes, you do. You knew all the time that Wade Williams was on this island. You nearly had me convinced I should go back to the States.
Too bad you didn't, Plunkett. You know, I'd have recognized you anywhere. You're exactly what Millie described. Now, don't be getting any foolish, heroic ideas, Sam. Before you could reach your gun, I'd be able to put 3 bullet holes in you. Get his gun, J.B. I don't know how you tracked me, Sam, but I sure congratulate you. I'm only sorry we don't have more time for us to get friendly. Yeah, I got a feeling I could get to like you.
You're forgetting one thing, Williams. I made a promise. I'm gonna kill you.
That's right, that's what I figured. That's why I'm going to have to kill you.
But you can't kill him. Don't you understand? He hasn't any extradition papers. By the time he gets them, you can be in another part of the world.
Wouldn't do any good. Just like the beating he took last night didn't stop him. No, Sam would go right on hunting until he found me. Isn't that right, Sam?
You know that's right.
You see, the only way I can guarantee my freedom is to bury you, Mr. Plunkett.
Williams, you're holding all the cards. Tell me one thing. Why did you kill her?
I got tired of her. Told her I was leaving. She tried to stop me, so I hit her. She was dead by the time she reached the bottom of the staircase. Too bad. Now, if she'd only allowed me to leave, she'd still be alive. Well, let's not waste any more time talking, Sam. Let's get it over with. Start walking.
But you can't kill him.
Don't be a fool. I already murdered a woman. That was the serious one. After you kill once, the rest don't matter. Walk toward the door, Sam.
Well, he's dead. I guess I owe you my thanks and my life. What made you change sides all of a sudden?
When I heard him say, the first murder is a serious one, the rest don't matter, I knew then there was no hope for him.
As far as I'm concerned, there's been no hope for Wade Williams since the day he was born.
His name wasn't Wade Williams, Sheriff. It was James Philip Bridger. He was my son.
Been a dreadful decision to make, deciding to kill his own son. What happened to Bridger?
The court cleared him. Sam testified that he fired in self-defense. After the trial, Bridger resigned from government service and moved to Rio de Janeiro. Guess he's still there.
Well, what about Sam Plunkett? What did he do?
Took a boat back to the States, rode into Chatham County and gave his badge back to Judge Carter. He told the judge Williams had been found and had paid for the murder he'd committed. Then Sam rode out to the cemetery and for a long time stood looking at Millie's grave. I don't know that he said anything except to sleep in peace.
Where is he now?
Running a cattle ranch in Abilene.
It's a fine story, O. Henry. It'll make exciting reading.
Thank you, Colonel. Say, isn't there some mistake? This check is for $500.
No mistake. You see, in a few days, you'll be back in my office requesting another advance. This way, I'm optioning your next story and saving myself some time.
You're an understanding man, Colonel. Who knows? Maybe someday I'll write a story about an understanding publisher.